Hello guys, welcome back to Terminally Online, and I am with Ria, my housemate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is nepotism.
How are you, Ria?
I'm all right. Feel a bit cold. Feel a bit...
Put a jacket on, babes.
No, not that kind of cold.
Oh.
I think I have a slight cold.
Oh.
So,
bless.
yeah.
Bit sniffly on the mic today.
A little bit.
Bless you.
I was trying not to sneeze into it. We were watching The Conjuring last night and it was very, very cold. It could also be Bathsheba. I don't know.
Yeah, it could be Bathsheba. It was freezing temps as Jack kept screaming in the middle of the movie.
Yeah,
because he's a fucking nerd talking about phasmophobia.
Yeah, he was like, guys, I know what's going on.
I know what's happening.
I get this.
It's the ghostly orbs. Honestly.
Maybe one day he can do a ghost hunting series.
Yes. We'll get him on the mic just to talk about the different parts of phasmophobia and then we'll do like little things to him, like turn down the room temperature suddenly.
Oh, God. I think he'd actually freak out because that guy, he was actually speaking about the film because I think he was freaked out by the film.
When I texted him, oh yeah, we're watching The Conjuring, he actually was like, but we aren't. Oh wait, and I was like, excuse me, I'm sitting down I'm staying with Ria. And he was like, okay.
I was going to make a joke then, but I'm not going to make that joke.
No, go ahead.
No.
Oh.
It's to do with people that we know.
Okay.
Are live.
No, I'm about to say, no inside jokes on the Terminally Online podcast.
Yes, especially when it includes people.
I can't. This is issues with having people who know you too well.
Yeah,
on shows.
Me and Flo, we've known each other since like what? I met you first month of.
Yeah,
it must be. It was first month. It was about that.
It's first month. I wouldn't say we got close until probably the second half.
Yeah,
because that's when we started hanging about much more.
Well,
so Dan and Phil
invited me to live with you, and I was like, sure,
yeah,
I guess.
Yeah, you were immediately entrapped.
Yeah, from November. But those conversations we've had, what have we had? We
have had about, and what we will be focusing on today is the third spaces for our generation to combat loneliness. Not disregarding probably specifically male loneliness, because that is a additional part on it.
Well, personally, I think it's false, but...
Oh.
Who said that?
Who said that? Who else is in here? Someone's going to stick a head around the wall. Yeah.
Listen, yeah, it's men's fault. I'm sorry.
It's men's, yeah.
It's because they I don't know, they say a bunch of bullshit to you and I'm just like, how can you expect me to be friends with you when you say shit like that?
Yes. I get, and we're obviously, okay, because people are going to be, it's not all men. We obviously know it's not all men.
No. I have male friends.
I'm friends with males, guys.
I have, don't you worry. But I think, especially a lot of the time, when it comes to partners and stuff like that, it's I hear some of my family members, they say shit, my male cousins. I'm like, there's a reason why.
There is.
Sometimes women are put off by what men say.
Yeah.
And I do tell them that.
And as you should. I mean, I think at least acknowledging the problem is the place to start with it. If you don't, because it's one thing to be like, oh, you're putting off women, but it's another thing to be like, okay, this is why, this is what you need to change. This is what's happening.
But this is besides the point.
This is besides the point. We'll get into that a bit more. Could you explain to us kind of what a third space is from a psychological point of view? I haven't even introduced this. You do English literature and sociology.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, to be fair, we haven't we did study this a little bit, I think, at one point, but it wasn't in depth. I just thought it was interesting because I've done my own kind of, I guess, research about it. Because I always did think, I was whenever I used to go with friends or even on my own, I just realized, I was there's no way unless if now I obviously have the union.
Yeah.
Which is obviously quite nice because you don't have to spend any money here, for example.
Yeah.
You can't just sit in the union and no one will do anything to you. But for the most part, if I used to be at home or even going out in these, there's no way I can actually go and sit with a kind of community space. And, you'd have to spend any money, especially in a time living, cost of living
is insane right now.
Weed inflation, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, you just have people I think people are too nervous almost to go out now.
Yes.
Because they're scared they're going to make the wrong move, and it's easier to be online.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, being terminally online, it's part of the branding here.
It is part of the branding, but it's also...
It's going to cause you to be extremely lonely.
Yeah, an idea of getting community from that space. So, because the internet, it has become our third space since it's so anonymous that if you do make a mistake, you can kind of just
wipe
hide away.
Out. Yeah. But this is the thing. It's like, I, as a kid, used to be online all the time.
Yeah.
Like, I honestly, because I wasn't allowed to leave my house. Fun fact, I grew up in a quite strict family, so I wasn't really allowed to go anywhere on my own. So I used to be online a lot. So I used to watch the likes of Dan and Phil.
Dan and Phil. We had a little trip.
Oh, the place that you go on Twitter and stuff. But it's like, the issue is that you're seeing so many different opinions.
Yeah.
And it's like, it can be up to 1,000 different viewpoints. And it can overwhelm someone to the point that they feel almost more, tired, but yet they feel more lonely because they're not going out, are they?
Yeah, they aren't like...
interacting with people.
And I think, especially from like... Western media romanticizing this idea of teenagehood and those specific years to such a degree.
It's like the coming of age films.
The coming of age films and everything like that, that we have this romanticized idea of what life should be like, but it is nowhere near like, it is in such a suspension of disbelief from what is currently like available to us now. We can't even think of a decent film that uses internet culture.
Yeah, honestly, I think the majority of films, even like films that I think would be like a lot of people online love, so like Bottoms or like Booksmart.
Yeah.
They both are not really films that, again, they don't involve the internet.
No.
But because it's not interesting enough to people to kind of film.
Yeah.
I mean, you had films like Cyberbully, but that was actually more about the dangers of being online.
Yeah, it's always about the horrors and stuff, like all the like the FaceTime films where that meme came from, someone joining a FaceTime and stuff like that. But it's never about like the positives, the community and stuff. And I don't know how you would do it in a film like Respective, to be fair.
Even films like The Social Network, which is obviously about the creation of Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg's not a good guy in the film.
He is not. Yeah.
And it's supposed to basically represent that. That's the whole point. It's also a capitalistic, critique. But it is just interesting, I think.
Yeah, there's nowhere like... I do get to an extent that the films being created by Gen X is definitely the older generation. So in that respect, they never had that. Yeah,
for them, they were like, well, this is how we grew up. So why would not? Like, obviously, they're going to try to take it in the modern day. So they'll include things like Instagram, Facebook.
Yeah.
But for the most part, like a lot of people, they don't have those experiences anymore because people are not really, it's so, even for example, recently, there was the New York City subway ad. Is it friend.com or something like that?
Yeah.
It's an AI basically saying, and the adverts were like, oh yeah, I will watch a film with you, or
oh my god,
like I'll watch a whole show with you and stuff like that. And like,
but that's like what Discord was like, in group calls and watching films over that,
which is nice. It was nice to do that. I've done it before, and it was really nice, especially during the pandemic, where I think that has increased a lot of loneliness for people because people have gotten so used to being at home.
Yeah,
and also because remote like working is kind of normal and stuff like that. And again, it's so expensive to go out that for a lot of people, and because even rent and stuff is so high, that for a lot of people, they might be in house shares and stuff like that. They won't be able to invite their friends over, stay late and stuff like that. We're very lucky right now because we're in university that we can just go to our friend's house and it's fine.
Yeah, it's definitely from a privileged position. Like, also considering everything you were saying about we could just go to the union and stuff. Yeah. Obviously, if you didn't go to the uni, you probably wouldn't feel like you could.
Like, my friends at home have this issue, which is that they don't have that kind of like same, they live with their parents or like, they all go to work and stuff like that. They don't have the same community that I have. Whenever I post on Snapchat, they're like, God, you sound like you have such a fun life.
You have a life.
Yeah, I have a life here. Because they're like, you post so much about your friends and stuff like that. But I'm like, you have to remember, I'm in a position of privilege.
Yeah, you can have that experience of seeing people every day.
I'm given money by the government to live right.
Yeah.
And so I have this money to be able to spend on myself. So of course I have that. But if I'm at home and I'm working and stuff, I don't have that much time.
Yeah. And I think it's funny because we were literally talking about how we don't feel like we do enough. We always feel like we're not doing enough for our social lives. We always feel like we're not doing enough career-wise. But in reality, we are actually doing things every single day. It just doesn't feel enough in the university climate, almost.
Yeah, because, we're surrounded by so many intelligent people. These people, they are like, they'll do internships, they'll do societies, they'll do placement, they'll do all their like work.
Absolutely, yeah, everything.
If I do my seminar work beforehand, I'm pretty happy with myself,
You know what? Yeah, productivity at its finest for
Literally.
you.
But it was just, I don't know. I think Fleur, for example, she's very good at doing stuff all the time.
Thank you.
That's also because you can't sit still.
I genuinely
can't. As we've established in the house. Because me and our other flatmate Haifa are just like, do you ever sit still?
And I don't. I mean, I'm kind of saying still right now.
Well, that's because you have a conversation with someone. That's fine.
Yeah, no, I can do that. But in terms of like sitting alone with my thoughts, I think it's pretty clear that I can't do that because and again, probably from an aspect of being online all the time,
I was gonna say,
there was always something happening, so I could always like
distract yourself.
Yeah, distract myself.
But I think that's probably another problem for the generation today is that we are always distracting ourselves.
Yeah. It's the endorphin thing as well, that as soon as you turn on a screen, it like floods with the happy chemicals and stuff.
But I think people forget that humans were never supposed to like have this much connection.
Yeah.
Like in the sense that, I mean, like to thousands of people.
Yeah, like we're connecting with so many new people each and every day.
Yeah, like it's so easy to do that. And I think there's a lot of positives that do come from it. I think there is a lot of positives that community online can bring. But I think people shouldn't solely depend on it. Because we're social beings. We need to be in physical like company with other people. It's the reason why people were so doolally during the fucking pandemic.
Yeah.
Because, this is why conspiracy theories were able to spread so widely.
Because we're just sending it to like everyone immediately. Because it's so easy to do so.
Because we were at home and we were literally losing it as a society. And I think I will always blame the pandemic for the reason why fascism is growing. But anyways.
Shall we talk a bit more about the pandemic as a grower in this topic? So obviously, I mean, I don't really have to explain it. It's 2020.
She's been a bit dropped today.
Yes, yeah. So 2020 is a bit insane as a whole.
Yeah.
But in terms of the online space, we have apps like Discord and even Tumblr was like coming back for a while.
A little bit. They were like, I remember Discord was especially because it was it was in the streamer era.
We're not getting too much into that part. It does kind of come hand in hand.
Twitch type of thing where they all played games with each other. They would all use Discord and stuff like that. And I think this one Discord really had its rise.
And just in case you don't know, in case you're not truly as terminally online as we are, Discord is an app where you can like call your friends, join different groups based on special interests.
Yeah.
You can have different voice chats, group chats, like in this whole center, like central community almost.
Yeah.
So it was very like community based.
Yes.
There. Twitch is a streaming platform. It's run by Amazon. So like people would shout for Prime subs and you like send them money basically and stuff like that.
Yeah.
If you do not know. And then what else was there? Anything else? Streamers are like obviously just live streamers. So they play video games or talk online. But it was very much in that post TikTok reemergence of like hype houses and things like that.
It was actually mental to be online at that point in time.
It was very almost boy band, girl band coded in terms of like how YouTubers and streamers would group up to do different projects, which is where we get the sense of community from.
Yeah. People, I think they would often see people who like do these videos, like even like, not to mention them, Dream SMP.
Oh, she said it. I was trying not to say it, but she said it.
I personally didn't watch them. I actually didn't.
I was prime in the time. I was the audience. I was 14 at the time, so it was like
15, 16, which is gross to say.
15, 16. Jeez.
I'm old, man.
That's crazy.
I'm a gap year, by the way.
Gap year?
I'm a gap year. No, I did a gap year, but
not in the sense that other people would say. Gap year. She did not travel the south of Asia.
I'm from North.
She's from up north.
But yeah, what's it called? Like, they see these like groups of YouTubers, they be together, they see the kind of friendships they have, then they obviously romanticize it, obviously, as
Completely.
you might know from like some of the edits
and
like
the
that.
fanfics
And
and stuff like that. Yeah. It's definitely a thing of, I'm trying to remember the word off the top of my head, but you know, when you're living in someone, yes, parasocial, but also living through the life. What's that word?
Oh, I know what you mean.
Yeah. You can tell us. I cannot think for my life. It's in the Internet Is Here song.
Yeah,
it's so bad that that's where I'm remembering that word from.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely parasocial in that way of see someone connect, you feel connected.
Yes. And I think it's the thing of like people, they probably want the kind of life that person has.
Yes.
You know, they want to live that life. So they might romanticize them being with another person because they also do want that. It's why I think a lot of people did really, what's the word? Like ship.
See, shipping is insane because
it's another thing altogether.
Shipping, obviously, if you again do not know, shipping is putting two people together in a couple and almost romanticizing their like relationship, whether or not it is real in real life, does not matter. They do it to characters. Unfortunately, people do it to real people, which is another issue in itself.
Yeah, you see it all the time online. Yeah,
I'd say most people do not like to get shipped because it is a weird thought to have that, especially if you're considering a relationship with someone else or dating someone else, having that like thought of, no, you should be with this person. No, you should be. The internet
is telling you.
It is I think really hurts some people sometimes.
Yeah, it can often fracture the relationships that people have with each other because of it. Well, it's the thing, like I said, Dan and Phil, it was a very particular time on the internet because people used to ship them all the time.
Yeah.
And obviously, thing is now, yes, they are together. I think it's pretty much established that they are together. But the issue was that they were never ready to say that. Which is why it's so toxic.
But it's also like whether or not, like obviously we could all assume whatever. We could assume whatever.
I've dropped that.
But we shouldn't be because it is not our place to almost step over the line of they've put their boundaries out there. You have to respect that. They've almost accepted it enough to talk about like joke about fanfics and stuff like that, which is insanely almost open of them. Yeah. And they've done a lot for their like community in that way that they've breached their own almost like life's boundaries and privacy in that way, just to almost give the people what they want, which was like their tour slogan when they went on tours around the UK and stuff.
Which me and Fleur
we did go see them on tour. We went to Brum to see it. You know how much commitment that is. Go to Brum.
Again, me and Fleur had known each other for I think a maximum of 2 months.
We were committing to see that.
See this fucking place. Yeah.
These two British boys, bless them. Yeah. But
they bring a sense of community, I think.
Completely. Like we've talked about how their fans have grown up with each other.
Yeah, like honestly, I've been watching Dan and Phil since I was like 10 years old.
This is very Dan and Phil like specific family, like two people here.
Yeah, sorry, but it's just like the community you do get is quite comforting.
Yeah.
But it's almost like I can't forget that there is also people, like obviously I met you.
Yeah.
And obviously we had that shared interest of like, oh, we watched a lot of the same YouTube and stuff like that.
And it was nice.
And it's nice. But it's so hard to do that nowadays because it's like, where do you go to meet new people? Especially, I'm so scared when I become an adult and I have to move back home. Who the fuck am I supposed to talk to?
Yeah. How are you meant to connect on that level after university? Because you're not going to be able to stay in contact with everyone. As much as it's lovely to think, oh yeah, you've got friends for life. And you probably do have friends for life.
Yeah, of course. But
you can't see them in that same way. You can't see people every day.
Because they're all spread across the country. You know? Yeah. Some of us live in Birmingham, some of us live in London, some of us live in Manchester. I live in like Liverpool area.
And this is what I'm scared about, especially considering I want to do a placement year next year.
Yeah.
How am I supposed to connect with people when I'm that far away from people? I'm coming back and then I come back to uni.
I mean, there will obviously still be some people who probably did place it
cool.
with you.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
For the most part, what do you do in that situation? You have to make new friends.
Entering a workspace full of adults who probably don't want to go out drinking every night or dress up as a schoolgirl, as I did last night, because for a hockey social, you just do that.
This is what I forget whenever I get home. I'm like, oh yeah, I forget people don't just like randomly drink on a Tuesday.
Yeah. Like, that is not a thing to do. You don't go out randomly on a work night because people have work. And
it's like, yeah, we have a seminar in the morning, but we're still going to go out.
We can come back and nap.
Yeah, like...
that's not... the reality is, again, a very privileged position.
Yeah. It's why I do say people should go to uni.
Yeah.
But again, I think it comes from a privileged position because it is so expensive to get to uni.
Completely. And if you do not have the academic need to do that, why would you?
If you want to get to work or something, there's no point in going to uni.
Yeah, but again, it's like, and people will talk about the uni experience so much, and it is there. Like, I don't think it's in the way people expect it to be in any way. Obviously, there's the drinking part, and I think that's what people expect, but also just in being able to see people and hang out with people every single day. It's
so nice, like, to be able to eat. And if you don't have that, you can get to society stuff. I mean, like, the way I met my very close friends is through a very particularly cringe society.
We love K-pop.
Yeah.
We love K-pop.
But to be fair, first year, I only really went to the social nights for it.
Yeah.
But I met two of my really close friends now because of it. And that's what I mean. I had the privilege to be able to do that because I came to uni.
Yeah.
And I had this very shared interest with other people. And I just thankfully was able to meet two people who I really am close with now.
You've got to do it, isn't that's so cool though.
Yeah. But again, it's so hard to find that in hometowns.
So when I go to London to do my, let's say, Disney or Warner Brothers placement year, because I'm hoping that will be it.
Hopefully.
What will I be able to do? Like, I can't go to a K-pop night. Like, how am I gonna meet people in that way? Where's the K-pop dance society at Disney, guys?
Exactly. And you can't really show up to like, I don't know, Queensberry's fucking societies because they'd be like, who are you?
Yeah. No, it's so hard in that way to also reintegrating yourself after freshers. Yeah. Like, that it's going to be a nightmare because...
how do you...
When you come back, how are you meant to... Except from through societies, which I would say is like... My primary group of friends I met during freshers.
Yeah.
And I've had that continuum, which I'm very lucky to have. But... Other than that, my main, I'm so spread out from friends on my course, from friends in different societies.
Yeah.
And that's primarily where I've, found I go out with and I meet people in that way.
Well, yeah, because, I mean, how did you, the original group that you're friends with from freshers, it was, through group chats, right? Or something like
yes, it was through the English group chat, yeah.
I wasn't a part of that because I had a job.
Yes. Very true.
I was in my gap year.
You're employed.
I was in my gap year employed as a manager of a bookshop.
Bless you.
So I didn't really think about uni group chat. So I kind of came in and know what the fuck to do. But...
That's fair enough.
It's like everyone in this group chat was like, they knew each other. I was like, who the fuck? I don't know.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, I didn't text anyone on the group chat. A lot of people were texting each other beforehand.
Yeah.
Didn't know anything.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, because the thing is that the people that you meet in this group chats, but again, there's still but it's an online space, isn't it?
Yeah, it's an online space. Again, we've returned back. This is the community of where I've found people was through that, doing that and play. People were playing Roblox and stuff. Yeah. We had a Roblox and drinking, which is crazy because I know that's not what people think people going off to uni should be doing, but we had those group chats and stuff like that.
Yeah, but what's it called? I mean, the people that you meet in uni group chats may not
always be the best people
in real life.
Yeah,
and you learn this is an issue because we don't know these people.
No. But you can also find more about people online, as we have also found. So
it's this tandem. It's a pendulum swing, really.
It is.
Of good to bad.
It is good to bad. We have got to go for a little bit. We might continue this for another day soon. So if you have a little break here, just know we're going to enter a new day. See you in a second. Are we crack-a-lacking? I think we are.
Are we back?
We are back.
We are back. It's been how many days?
4, 5?
5.
5.
4 to 5.
Crazy.
Yeah. I went home. Like I've traveled in the time that we stopped.
Yeah, and welcome back, guys.
Welcome all.
Welcome back to Terminally Online. We are gonna keep going from where we left off, which
Our
we believe
lecture got cancelled, so
yeah, we could just we don't have to worry about it anymore.
Well, I still need to catch up on it, but
yeah, I'll get to that.
Anyways, where were we? Oh, we were talking about exposing people. Who are we going to expose, Flo?
Oh, are we dropping hard names
Are we
in the
dropping
studio
full
too?
government names?
On YouTube as well?
On YouTube? No, we're not going to do that
Absolutely not.
Maybe another day.
It is true about how we can use the internet to expose people, and people expose themselves via it.
Well, this is the thing. People forget, when I was a kid, I got taught about internet safety. Don't share your information online. And it's unfortunately quite true. You can trace everything on the internet.
It's completely true.
Yeah.
And it comes back to get you, especially considering we've talked about almost the anonymity.
Anonymity?
Anonymity.
We do English literature.
Literature. We do English lit, guys. Anonymously, talking to people through the internet is what makes it such a special third space, because you can kind of distance yourself from worrying about the anxiety of the world and making constant mistakes and social cues and all those sort of things. Which again is where /Gen and /series came from. Yeah, because people couldn't.
Well, it is true. You can't really read tone through messages unless if you really exaggerate it.
No, and I guess that's why it's so easy to make that these mistakes are made. And some of them obviously wrong, some of them good.
Yeah.
But you can either expose yourself in this really horrible, hard light.
Yeah.
And also be misread and be misinterpreted as in that hard light as well. So it kind of goes both ways in you're opening yourself up for a lot of I feel like everyone knows you're opening yourself up for a lot of criticism, whatever you do. Some of it's right though, and some of it's wrong.
Yeah, take the David case for example. All of his stuff through his Discord server was leaked, as it rightly should have been. But obviously, I know he's not being charged for some reason. Or what?
Apparently he's been working with the police, but I don't know what exactly that entails.
But he and Celeste were on this Discord server, and he would talk about Celeste as saying my girlfriend.
Yeah.
So, and obviously this is a 12-year-old child.
Actually insane.
Yeah. So for those censors, I think Discord will be really going through it because of that.
Yeah.
In terms of their moderation, because you never know. But then you can say that for any kind of group chat anyway.
Yeah.
You can't really just blame Discord for it.
It's like with WhatsApp, the whole thing is it's can't read. Yeah, it's so encrypted that they can't read your messages.
Well, maybe not anymore. No, two new laws.
Yep. We love UK government, guys. Yeah. We love UK government.
Big Brother is always watching.
Literally. Actually, scary. That's
another topic for another day, though.
Yeah, no. I feel like we're baby steps, guys. We're starting.
Yeah.
Going back to third spaces, though, to imagine you're fully watched whatever third space you're in, because it's CCTV. Yeah. And this was the fears of 1984.
Yeah.
But we've kind of gotten used to that now, because it's it's kind of weird that we're constantly being watched, but it's also for good reasons as well.
There's pros and cons to everything, isn't it?
Yeah, but then now being monitored in these supposed to be more freeing
times,
the third spaces of the internet and forums and chat rooms. That is truly concerning people. There's the whole thing of bit mining. Maybe not bit mining. What is it called? Info mining?
Info mining, yeah.
Yeah, info mining and stuff like that. Honey. Do you remember Honey? Yeah. That was advertised so much and it gave all the information.
I had Honey,
You had Honey?
Yeah, I had Honey.
Your information was stolen from you.
The only password that's ever been leaked of mine was Wattpad. But the thing with Wattpad was that everyone's password got leaked, so it's okay.
Wattpad's crazy though. What?
Were you there for the Wattpad leak?
Yes.
Yeah. It was funny.
What the worst thing to be I'd rather my other passwords be leaked than my Wattpad account.
You know what's so funny though? honestly, if you want to talk about third spaces, let's talk about the Wattpad comments.
Ugh.
Because you could basically, if you've never read Wattpad, you could go into like specific scenes in a story and you can comment on it. And honestly, some of the comments were so funny.
Yeah.
It was so, like, that was a third space in itself.
And it was like with the author notes, is that if they'd left a fanfic for a long time, they'd be like, my dog died and I
not even
crashed a car.
Yeah, crashed my car, got cancer, kids died.
Yeah. And then you're like thinking, okay, so how old are you? Grown people getting there.
This is not on Wattpad, this is on AO3. I remember once I was reading a fanfic on AO3 and it was a completed one. But in between, they were like, oh yeah, like my kids got really sick, so I've been a bit, and I was like, Kids
is insane. Kids on AO3 do not belong.
No, but I was so shocked. I forgot people who are older do write fanfics.
Yes.
Like I
actually
just forget.
crazy.
Also because the millennials, they're all 30 plus now. So of course, they were on AO3 and Wattpad just as much as us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes you think. It's like Tumblr. Tumblr is 1 year younger than us, by the way.
Yeah. But
1 year.
Tumblr's a very third space. Well, Tumblr's a bit of a... It had its phases though, because you had like the 2014, Halsey, 1975, that type of time.
That's all Tumblr girl.
And a lot of people, they would obviously speak to other people on Tumblr and stuff like that. But also it really created quite a toxic culture in sense of self-harming, suicidal.
Completely.
Eating disorders. A lot of that went around on Tumblr.
Yeah, it was almost a lot of ways praised. It was in a way of it was like, that's how you fit into being this Tumblr girl. And this is like one of the things that happens on the internet where it's supposedly a very like open and communal space.
Which it can be.
Yes, you're not enough of a thing for it. And to be a Tumblr girl, you had to have
certain mental illnesses. Yeah.
And people will like joke about it, be it like, oh, these teenage girls and their mental issues, and they're Tumblr girls and they got mental issues. But it was actually like, you're put in this box of, if you are not this certain way, you are not enough to be in this community.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that's the same with, unfortunately, like other communities on the internet in terms of fandoms, basically, but also like LGBTQ and things like that.
Well, it's, do you know on TikTok about a year ago, the whole hijabi polyamorous fucking thing? The thing is, it's like there are some truth to it, because it is like, you do feel like you have to be this real to fit in a box.
Yeah. You have to commit to one, like, and if you're not committed.
Yeah. Well, I would say, how like the eating disorder thing it still is a thing. Obviously, I'm not saying like the whole you have to fit into a box. On TikTok, I actually think it's autism now.
Yes.
I think it's evolved.
I could
autistic,
agree
ADHD, kind of neurodivergency now.
And this has become a bigger thing, especially after people... Neurospicy? Do you remember Neurospicy? After that sort of like phase in 2021, it's almost got
I still see it sometimes on TikTok.
Yeah. It's almost got this pushback of everyone's been fake diagnosed. Yeah. Everyone is either autistic or you're ADHD, but you're not in between. But also, not everyone's on the spectrum. You can't say that, but also, like, that's what people have been saying and stuff like that.
It's a weird time on the internet at the minute.
And you can make your own mind up for like how this starts, because it is a complicated issue. But I think it's gotten into a point of where it's both almost sides of the coin are shunning people.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's why it's so negative at the moment in terms of that side of mental health.
Yeah, because I think obviously diagnoses for autism and ADHD, they should be embraced. There's nothing wrong with it.
No, of course,
The issue at hand is when people who are probably, they're self-diagnosing themselves and then they're using it as excuses for things.
That's the thing.
I will always think of that damn tweet. Do you know which tweet I'm on about?
No.
Please, it's the one that's where the tweet is, oh, I hate Halloween, or making a Halloween costume because it really triggers my ADHD and I get really stressed. And then someone quote retweeted and be like, God, you people can't do anything these days. I think of that tweet. I'm sorry. I think of it all the time.
Oh, bless. Oh.
Anytime I get depressed or something, I'm like, because I do have depression, guys. Shock. But
guys, we've got another Tumblr girl over here.
Tumblr girl over here. But I always think of that tweet when I'm like, oh, no, I should get up.
Yeah.
It really does help.
It's so motivating, motivating. I think it's a learned helplessness in a lot of situations because people have this preemptive idea, and it's not good for the community. It's supposedly
it's really
and supporting. Yeah, it truly does. Suggesting that people can't do anything because of.
Well, that's the thing. Ideas. It's like, yeah, there should be talks about, but you know, I don't think it should be. You know, people should be following that stereotype either.
Yes. Like, from a position of, yes, obviously, the struggles, like, no one should ever deny that. And if people do, that's ridiculous and stupid. But they're, like, to go as far as being, like, these, I can't do anything because of this, and I can't, like, there obviously, again, everyone is different, but typically there will be other issues than just one cause on a thing, and to like simplify it so much really does nothing for the people that like are getting affected by stuff. So,
well, the internet in itself is an echo chamber. You know, whatever you consume is whatever you will see because of the algorithm now. And I think the thing with like that spaces, and let's say with autism, if you're on that side of TikTok or Twitter or whatever, you'll see all these different opinions come in, and it will affect you in certain ways. You know, they could be positive, but they could also be very negative.
Yeah,
and it will have a real detriment to people's, you know, emotions and how they perceive themselves. This is an issue. You're seeing so many different perspectives that you don't even know how to perceive yourself anymore.
Yeah.
This is it. I think that's also why.
Hard quote, guys. But from Ria. Hard thing. Quote that. Get that in your that is Ria. RIA.
Islam. ISLAM.
ISLAM. There you go.
But I think that is what is leading to the death of real life community.
Yeah. And it's honestly, it's so stimulating on the internet all the time. It's so stimulating. It does like lack the and every single thing part of you can be labeled on the internet. Unfortunately, it shouldn't be like that. No. I wouldn't say. And I think like labels have gone so far to like disintegrate one's own perception of themselves. But a big there. Because of that constant stimulation, we're losing like the meaningfulness and significance of real life interactions and community in that way. And you've got the two dividing sides of, I think we talked about this in the previous part, but we obviously have got a lot from typical old-fashioned media in terms of you should be going out with your mates every night, like house parties, breaking someone's house and like climb a tree. I don't know, you know, things like that.
It's just, you know, and it's true. I mean, you should feel those things, but it's so hard nowadays to do that. It's so
hard to do that. It's unrealistic. And everything is references from online. Like, I don't know if you've had a conversation with people, but everything is from online media. I truly, again, we'll skip into another point quickly, but this is what gets me about people who are like, oh, they don't have enough money for food, they don't have enough money for clothes, but they have a phone. You know, those sort of arguments for people.
On this one.
And I get if it's like always a constant updation of like the newest model of a phone. Okay, this is not about that. But having a phone is an essential now in society.
If we want to talk it in the sociological terms, there's absolute poverty and there's relative poverty. Absolute poverty is what people think of when they think of poverty.
Yes.
They think of people who sleep rough. They think of people who can't eat. They think of people who beg for money outside. That is absolute poverty. That's when you do not have a house.
Yeah.
Relative poverty, however, can be measured in different terms by different perspectives. And it's measured on your kind of what society needs now. People need phones.
Yes.
I'm sorry. If someone has a phone, it does not mean they're necessarily rich by any means. We just need phones nowadays. And that's why you can get cheap models of phones or fake phones nowadays.
Yeah.
They still work the same. Sure, they're not the newest models, but they do have the same functions. And if you have a SIM card, it's the same thing. But that doesn't mean that they still can't afford certain types of things like food. Even people who say, oh, why don't poor people just get pasta and just make pasta and stuff like that? You have to understand that money is all linked to, you know, your energy bills, linked to your water bills. To make pasta, for example, you have to use a stove. A lot of people might not have a stove. A lot of people might not have an electric kettle to heat water. A lot of people might have these things that, you know, will make them, this is why tin food of like certain foods will exist, because they can't afford to be able to use these appliances or even running water. So having a phone, yes, it may be a thing of, oh, well, they have it. Well, they might not even be able to afford the internet, but they still have one because they kind of need it.
It's actually such a necessary part of life.
You need it now. Relative poverty is a thing where it's a part of life now. We can't live without technology, as unfortunate as it is.
I think if this debate came up about just over a decade ago.
Different story.
Absolutely different story. But we have evolved to the point of everything is online.
Yeah. Your wallet's online.
Yeah.
Your emails are all online. Everything you need is online. Even to apply for jobs,
it's
for
all
example.
Online. Yeah.
You can't just go, you know how your parents were like, oh, just give your CV. No, that doesn't work anymore. You can't just give in your CV to a place and be like, oh yeah, just read that.
And look, I'm sure there are ways around it. I know there's always like, oh, but they could go to a community of use the library or something like that. Library card?
Library card. Well, also, as we were talking about, communities are dying.
Yes.
Which is, it's like this vicious cycle of, you know, people are not able to see each other. And I think, as someone I work in a bookshop right at home.
Yeah.
And it's become a very community bookshop because not only do we sell books for very cheap because we sell them secondhand, but it also becomes a space for people who just don't have anywhere else to go.
Yeah.
I've seen I've had a lot of stories of people who are really struggling in my community because, you know, bookshops, I think, and libraries, they do allow for people to just sit somewhere and not have to do anything.
Yes. And this is like the thing of and I heard this, to be fair, from a podcast the other day called Shut Up, I'm Talking.
Oh, I've heard of it.
Yeah, you know this one. And they were talking about basically how there's been a load of kids just sitting in IKEA and stuff like that. Yeah. And it's become a hangout space because it's free, guys.
It's
free to sit there in a chill place with sofas and plants. And they're always dressed up nicely. It looks cool. There's food available, food that's relatively cheap as well.
Yeah.
And so, and freebies. They get their free samples as well, don't they?
Yeah, I think so.
But people don't get why that it's become a new hangout space. This is why. There's nowhere free. Starbucks doesn't even let you, I think, like, work there if you don't have a coffee anymore or anything like that.
Yeah, that's what I often say. It's like a tax. You need to sit in a coffee shop, you have a tax of getting a coffee.
Yes.
Will I sit with that coffee for hours? Yeah.
Yeah.
I will make that coffee work.
Yeah. But I think there's still a thing of what if you don't, there's no free areas anymore, except for obviously IKEA, guys. Everyone chill, hang out at IKEA.
Obviously, I do love places like it. So we live in Leeds. There's like Hyde Park Bookstore, for example, which you actually don't really need to buy anything. They're not going to really do anything if you don't buy something.
No.
Which is nice.
Yes.
They are
we
nice
love you, Hyde Park Book Club.
We do love you, Hyde Park Book Club. But, and again, the union and stuff. But otherwise, there really is no free spaces. No. It is just sad. And that is, I mean, as much as some people really annoy me in the bookshop, as when I first worked there, my boss went to me, she quoted Orwell, and she went, a bookshop brings in a particular type of nuisance because someone can just sit there for a while and not have to spend money. And it is true. But I will also never complain about those people because for them, some of them are elderly people who don't, it's hard because like I said, the world's becoming so connected yet disconnected because of the internet.
Yeah.
That for an elderly person, especially because we live next to a care home, or like where we are is next to a care home, it helps them just to see someone.
Yeah. And I'm glad you brought that up because I think this also sharpens the divide between generations.
Yeah.
We are losing complete a connection between two separate I think obviously Gen X, like our parents, can connect to the internet. They can see memes. They can even share them. I see the occasional Facebook from now and then.
Yeah.
But the elderly generation just simply cannot do that.
Yeah. Like they don't understand how it works.
No.
I don't bloody blame them. It is like if you've your entire life, the first 50 years on this earth, you've never had to use something like a phone.
Yeah.
It would be confusing after just seeing this rampant speed in technology.
Yeah. It's hard. So, and here's one of the things is that one of my friends from work said her nephew basically can FaceTime. Obviously it's accidental to a lot of things, but He's like 1 year old. He knows how to press
use
buttons on
everything,
it. Like at the most basic level, press a button on a phone and it goes somewhere, you know?
My nieces, they properly know how to use iPods. How old is my niece? She's about 3.
Yeah.
She knows how to use an iPod. She knows how to use it. We don't let her go on it that much. But she still, like, she knows how to use it.
And here's the only thing, because I'm very like, I'm not going to let my kids go on iPads and iPhones. But then it gets into the thing of, how are they going to talk to their mates? How are they going to talk to their friends when the whole class is online on their phones is doing it that way?
Yeah.
Because it's all good and well being like, we need to go back. We need to get kids off their phones and improve literacy by like actually being
literacy.
People and stuff like that. But it's actually like inconceivable when you think about, not everyone can do that. It's still a very community-driven space online. So if you don't have that community, what are you setting them up for, almost? Yeah. Like, you're putting them almost behind the curve.
Yeah, it's true. It's such a difficult one because there's so many pros and cons to each side.
Yes.
Whereas I love the internet because it really did provide a space for me when I was very lonely and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I also think it did make me really isolated from the world itself.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's pros and cons to it.
I mean, once again, like we were saying, we met our current uni friendship groups through internet chat room, Instagram.
Unfortunately, mine was Discord.
And yours is, you had Discord kittens.
But like, we're not telling the kids that. We're not telling them
that you met me through Discord.
I did not meet Eloise and Emma through Discord, guys. I didn't. I met them through Spoons.
Yes.
We were at them at Spoons.
At the pub, as it should be.
At the pub. It was at the pub.
Through alcoholism, as it should be.
Exactly. But that's what I'm saying. But I think that's what's good is that I was able to meet you guys through that kind of space.
You met us.
I met you guys through one person. But
yes.
It helps that I met them online and then met them in real life. But that's what I'm saying. There's always pros and cons to everything. So we can't even bash one for the other.
No. Like, it's a complicated issue. This is kind of beyond our paid grade, guys. Uni students on here.
I mean, if you want me to write an essay on it, I probably could, but...
Yeah, and then we'll upload it to YouTube. You can read that if you want, like, a detailed response. Yeah. But this is our brief overview of not safe spaces. What am I even talking about? I've just completely forgotten the whole point of the podcast. Yeah, that one. That little thing there. Yeah. But we hope you've enjoyed the podcast.
I hope you enjoyed... The ramblings of me, host Fleur, and lovely little Ria over here. Yeah. Not little Ria. The big one.
Big Ria. Big Ria. It sounds... That's stupid.
Rias.
Yeah, we have 2 Rias.
Yeah. But, yeah. I'll be back soon, I'm sure.
You will be back. You will hear her in a couple days.
Probs.
A couple days, except for we'll be like a couple months, depending on...
The show.
Yeah. So,
but there also may be someone else here.
Oh, we might have some more guests, but that will all be it all explained to you. So
definitely will be a friend of ours.
It definitely will be a friend, and it will probably be playing Roblox while you're watching the video. So
yeah, real.
As it should be. We hope that you check out the radio show version of Terminally Line on Thursdays from 1 till 2 if you want a bit more of our voices and some music mixed in between. And other than that, we shall see you soon.
Yeah. We'll be right back.
We'll be right back after the break, guys.